Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to KAIKI Monogatari. Tonight we're on episode 2 of Hanamonogatari. So what happened last time? A phenomenal question that I would love to attempt to answer to the best of my ability. So, last episode, we are now in the future. We're a year in the future from the last episode, the last arc that we were kind of in, Kabuki Monogatari. And we are doing Kambudu arc. We're meeting new characters. We got Higasa, we got Numachi, and then Ogi is back. Because Ogi was also in Kabuki Monogatari for like 2 seconds at the very beginning. Which, I mean, Ogi's entire character is like an entire can of worms that I'm going to try to like dig into a little bit in a minute. So the main plot as we've been going is that Kambudu became aware of a Sir Devil at the school and kind of worrying that she was the Sir Devil and that she wasn't aware of it because, you know, whole monkey paw situation. She investigated, turned out to be a girl named Numachi, who was basically gathering people sharing misery to her as a way to make herself feel better. And Kambudu said, don't do that, that's cringe, and then left. So, it's kind of where we're at. I got a couple ideas that I've been trying to brew up. I've been cooking, I've been attempting to cook, but first, real quick, boom, let me get into the comments just a little bit. There's just a couple spicers that I'm going to point out. And also, like, I don't know how much we're going to be reading the comments going forward, or at least for the rest of Hanamonogatari, because the whole, watch order war has kind of spiced up the comments a little bit here and there. But, you know, it is what it is. So, but at least here there was a couple hitters I wanted to point out. So, yeah. Basically, Pog. I thought this, okay, so first, Numachi says time will solve the problem. I'm literally going to just write next to her name time. Because that's very true, because, and this is a perfect example, she eventually found her nail clipper the next day, along with the disappearance of the monkey's paw. So, like, time heals all wounds, that's, like, I'll circle back to that in a minute, but that's important, and so I wanted to shout at that. True and real, Ogi's term time lags, that's important, the story's hiding things from us. You know, obviously we're going to be attempting to figure out why the novel order has even done Hana here in the first place, so why are we having this time lag? You know, great question. I think there's a lot of parallels I think we can make between Araragi and Senjugahara to what's currently happening that'll hopefully kind of give us some insight to that, but we're going into episode 2, right? So there's still some room for those to develop. But yeah, lots of true stuff in here. Especially the beginning thing, right? I mentioned that the beginning of arcs spoils the rest of the arcs, so maybe we can see Hana as kind of a similar thing. I liked this little bit right here. At some point in the reaction, you literally just said the ending of the whole series as an offhand comment, and there's absolutely no way you would have known what it was. I happened to pause right when you said that. I was just giggling like a little gremlin. I just think that's hilarious, and I am looking forward to the day that I can look back at like that clip of that and just be so proud of myself for randomly saying some like crack thing, and it actually worked. And then watch order stuff. Hopefully, we'll see. That's kind of the thing. Like somebody, it might have even been in this reply chain. I'm not going to dig into the reply chains because that's a bit dangerous, but the whole death of the author thing that people have talked about, I kind of want to be the one to kill the author myself, right? If I'm going to prescribe to the whole, like, you know, like, who cares the author's intent, like, let the story speak for itself, this is the best way that the story speaks for itself, like, in this different order, in the anime order, like, that's a really big decision to make, and I'm not saying that's wrong, okay? Like, I'm down. Hana might be the better order to watch the show and experience the show, but I kind of want to be able to decide for myself if I agree or disagree with that, and I think going through the novel order and actually being able to kill the author myself is kind of the way to do that. Maybe I'm just coping. Who knows? Who even cares? Hana means flowers in Japanese. Ooh. Flowers in the opening are lilies. Lilies in Japanese, yuri. Oh, wow. That's actually crazy, because on the basketball court at the very end of the OP, we see that it all turns, I guess, to lilies, and I was kind of curious what that flower was, so actually pogged out of its mind. Yeah. I'll circle back to that, because we're going to look at the OP. We're going to look at the OP in a little bit. This got me on all sorts of thoughts. So cutting hair is something we've been doing a lot in the show, right? And seeing it as a turning point, I think makes sense. You know, Hanakawa cutting her own hair, trying to, like, after I think it was, I don't remember exactly chronologically, you can yell at me if you want for that, but it was like her trying to convince herself that she's going on a turning point or something like that. Whatever. Point is, if we see it as a turning point, we can make some moves. Kambudu was hesitating to cut her own hair, right? She had the scissors up, she like snipped a little bit, and then she was talking about how indecisive she was. later, I was saying that with the staircase thing, if you remember the staircase, how Kambaru is like on an elevated level in between the stairs, right? And then other character Numachi was actually on the stairs. So I think Numachi, the kind of way I interpreted then is Numachi's on a transitory period. She's in some manner she's changing, while Kambaru isn't changing, but she's not on the ground floor or even the top of the stairs. She's like in a middle ground where she's stuck between above and below, and she's not changing, right? I think we can see that in the cutting hair as well, where she's hesitating to cut her hair. She's hesitating to take that turning point. And it's the same thing. She's not going up or she's going down, right? Doing neither. So, yes. And we're going to circle back. Pog. We'll put a pin in it. We'll circle back. I already said my piece about Hana placement. It'll be interesting. Hopefully it will be. And that's kind of the goal, right? Like, I am hoping that we can bridge the gap between some of the Hana and some of the non-Hana order people, right? Because, you know, there might be a vague thematic relevance. Maybe there's not. Maybe I'll come out of this saying, like, F it, it was stupid. But I'm just happy to be able to, like, go for it. And yeah, like, just civility is Pog, basically. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. New music. I'll definitely have to pay more attention to the background OST because apparently I think there's a new music person. And then the Araragi suicidal thing, there's some bar spat in here. So what I want to first clarify my kind of idea, because this is in response to a comment from I think the last episode, right, or something, where Araragi is willing to die, and perhaps wants to die to a degree, but like using the word suicidal feels like it's maybe a bit too strong, because the situation is Araragi is wanting to die for a good reason. Right? He wants to die for Hanakawa's sake in Nekokuro. He straight up says that, right? That's when he gets cut in half and he's the sheath for the sword. He's like selfishly dying for her sake. And then obviously Kizu episode 1, he gets the chance to die for a vampire and immediately goes for it. So, but it's not that he's like suicidal. I usually the connotation I kind of have is like actively trying to end one's own life, whereas Araragi more so just takes the certain opportunities to end his own life. So yeah, it's very similar. It's just kind of like a little bit of like nuance to find the right word. But yeah, he definitely has a martyrdom death wish kind of deal where literally this. Not exactly a death wish, but if opportunity to die appears, especially if it's also to save someone, then why not? Yeah, I think it's especially if it's also to save someone. The question is, and it kind of goes into this, Araragi has always been suicidal, but he considers suicide a sin, so he's looking for a virtuous reason to die. Is it that he wants to die and is looking for a way to die that satisfies his idea of justice, or is it that his idea of justice is so strong that he's willing to die for it? Because those are very different, right? Are you using justice as an excuse to die, or like something you need to satisfy in order to successfully be suicidal and like go through with the suicide, or are you so dedicated to the justice that you're willing to die for it? All right, two separate things. And it's kind of feel like from Nekukuro, maybe we could say that he actually just wants to die, but it's again he's idolizing and idealizing. I don't even know if I'm using those words correctly. Who cares? He's putting Hanakawa on such a pedestal that his like idea of justice seems like you could maybe even see it as like blinding him or something. So yeah, that's where the worry or the confusion, if you want to use that word, or the split comes in. Where does he want to die and is looking for a good enough reason to die, or is he so dedicated to justice that he's willing to die? That's my piece on that. And so yeah, a lot of bars in here about that. You can seeing Kiss Shot / Shinobu as doing the same thing, because obviously she wants to die the most, which is why it's so interesting to have her and Araragi together, because both of them want to die in their own ways, right? For Araragi it's maybe a bit different, but they both want to die, but through being attached to each other, they can't die, right? Araragi can't die because he would have to sacrifice, like he would cause Shinobu to die, who he doesn't want to die, and then Shinobu can't die because of her attachment to Araragi. So it's interesting how their entire dynamic is just super crazy. And then you can maybe also see with Hanakawa. I thought this was an interesting idea. Hanakawa wishing to meet a vampire and escape her home situation was kind of in the same lane. Which saying the word same lane is funny because in the last episode we watched, it was like Konburu running on the track and there were all the different lanes for the different like life paths. So that's just like kind of fun wording to use in the context of Monogatari. She was also ready for Araragi to feed on her and make her a vampire. Maybe it's straight up not wanting to die, but it's definitely not holding on strong to your life. Yeah. And then fun, like, Vinland Saga kind of, maybe you could do some thematic ties there, which is hilarious. And I need to watch more Vinland Saga. Blah, blah, bing. I like the other watch order more. Love your reasons why you're doing it that way. I appreciate that a lot because, yes, thank you. Hana arc's the favorite. Lots of good stuff. Hopefully I'm competent enough. If I'm not competent enough, that's why the comments are here to help. Pog. This I really appreciated. This little bit here. I don't know where I heard this, but nail clippers are supposedly a metaphor for Yuri, which is like girls love, lesbian love. Because, you know, fingers are kind of important when it comes to relationship between two girls, :3. True and real, basically. But no, yeah, that is why I focused on the nail clippers, man. The nail clippers have got to be important or else they wouldn't be telling us about it. That's the thing, dude. Every single detail's got to mean something. Not every single one, but like it definitely has a weight to it. So like the way I'm kind of thinking of it, okay, nail clippers means girls love, means lesbian, means sexuality. Freaking Konburu's stuck in her past because she's still lusting for Senjugohara, who's gone, right? So she's not in the present girls love thing. That's also like her being stuck in the past is something that Ogi talks about, and I think that's why she gets kind of pissed about what Ogi's saying, right? So the whole metaphor for girls love, in the beginning, she can't find it with the books. It's like under the books, you know? She's unable to find her like lesbianism or whatever, her like sexuality stuff is like hidden. And then after talking to Ogi, and perhaps if you want to say after enough time passes, because, you know, the monkey paw also goes away, she finds the nail clippers, so now she's like maybe ready to go back into an actual like romantic relationship or something, right? She's actually preparing herself for a romantic relationship through clipping her nails, you know, and through finding the nail clippers, as opposed to just like being attached to Senjugohara, but, you know, obviously she's never going to get Senjugohara, right? Like going from a one-way love to a two-way love proposition, the chance of a two-way love, as opposed to just being one-way in love with Senjugohara. Yes, nail clippers. Nail clippers. Jeez, okay. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so fixated on that. Watch order stuff is what it is. We're going to press on with this. Again, I'm not spitting on your mother's grave. It's just watch order, man. It's just a watch order, man. Okay. What am I drinking tonight? I'm drinking a Powerade. Get yourself a drink. Get yourself a snack. On one hand, I do really respect the people that get really passionate about watch order stuff because it shows how much you love the show and you care about the show, and I respect that because I love the show too. It's just, you know, it can get a little spicy. That's all I'll say on that. A little bit spicy. But a little bit of spice is kind of nice in life, you know, just a little bit of spice. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. This is a lot of watch order stuff, which could be very fair. True. I've already read all these comments pretty much, so I'm just trying to get to the spicy bits that have to do with the show mostly. I appreciate the shiny internet points. Blah blah blah. Thematic bridges between arcs. Totally agree. Time travel relevant. Okay. Araragi has already been suicidal, but he considers suicide a sin, so he's looking for a virtuous reason to die. Addressed that just a minute ago. Interesting, but, you know, we'll keep that in mind. And the other, you know, the whole maybe he actually doesn't necessarily want to die, but is willing to die, blah, blah, blah. As for the episode, KAIKI compares himself to rubidium and Araragi to water. Heavily simplified, this is Araragi's current mindset. He couldn't be a cure, so he half-heartedly tries to be a poison so that he isn't water. This is really interesting to me. And I'm not going to lie, I was sitting here at my computer for 10 minutes before recording just staring at this line and trying to, like, parse it. Not going to lie. Because, like, I guess you could see it as he couldn't be pure good. He couldn't be pure white, right? And he's currently kind of on the track of, like, embracing the monster and all that stuff, which I guess you could see as him becoming poison, right? Like poison being the same thing as, like, oddity / monster, and then pure being the same thing as like true or like real, and freaking Hanakawa basically. Idealized Hanakawa is cure, poison is like oddity, monstrosity, right? So yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with that. So him half-heartedly trying to be a monster, and that kind of it reflects interesting on the arc we just watched, Kabuki Monogatari, because he words, please, words. Come on. Get your head in the game. Araragi, poison. He goes back in time. He's one-on-one with Shinobu, right? He's one-on-one with the oddity. He even meets up with grown-up Kiss Shot, right? But despite all of that, and despite what Shinobu's trying to get, which is like him and her together, him and her with the monster together, right? Instead of all of that, he's still trying to save Hachikuji, and he's still trying to save everyone. He still saves Kiss Shot, despite her being, full oddity, full everything. And so even as much as he's trying to be a poison or trying to be a monster, he's still dead set on saving people. Yeah, so I think that's kind of just where I'm at with that. Hanakawa also told you that Araragi is pretty famous at school. A rare delinquent type. True, I think I remember this line. Of course, we kind of got that actually shown to us, more than just told to us, when all the girls were freaking out about Araragi. As well as doing for the Fire Sister stuff. And now the Fire Sisters are famous for doing the same thing. Yeah, I'm 100% locked in on that. I like that. Obviously, Araragi won't tell you this because he doesn't care, or he doesn't even know because he doesn't talk to anyone other than Hanakawa, Senjo, and Kabuto. I think he knows, but he just doesn't care. That'd be my guess on that. But you could probably, I don't know, write a college essay on that. The fact that Kabuto was caught off guard. And then this is where it gets really crazy. Kabuto, two sides of her coin, right? Her having an extroverted social front, her having a facade, all that business, right? That and then being able to compare that to Araragi could give us some idea of why we're even watching this at this point, right? Because I'm not gonna go too deep into it right this second because I think there's a couple good examples when I was scrolling back through the episode that I'm gonna do again. I think we get glimpses of that, right? And so yeah. The only thing she shares with Araragi in the encounter is the groping, which goes along with her need to project this pervert persona that she is latched onto after losing her identity as a pro-level basketball player. I mean, that's just crazy and probably true. Because she was definitely doing that with Araragi, right? She was going super pervert to the point of kind of overshadowing even his own pervertedness and kind of like beating him in that game, which, you know what? What if you even read it that way, right? What if you read it as she saw Araragi's pervertness and was like, oh, I'm going to beat him in that. Like, that sparked her competitive spirit. So she was acting as a pervert just to, like, beat him in perversion because she no longer could do the basketball player stuff because she got monkey pawed, right? That'd be kind of crazy. Because obviously she was competitive back with the basketball player stuff. I'd also like to point out the big white empty field is where the cram school used to be. That would explain why the stairs are there, because the stairs would have been part of the cram school and just never burned down or something. And also is interesting because it's almost like freaking Numachi, is acting like an Araragi in a way. Even Kabuto says that. She has a mental note that's like, man, she's kind of, reminds me of Araragi. I think that's it was one of those flashing bits. So for a Araragi act-alike, right, look-alike, but with acting, I just came up with that. I'm pogged out of my gourd right now. What the Araragi act-alike being in the ashes of where the cram school was, not literally ashes, but where the cram school was, makes me think that Numachi is kind of Araragi. But also, yeah. One idea, and this comes off of the OP. You know what? Let's just watch the OP now. Because I want to get to this idea. So let me click that. Boom. One idea, I'll say it before the OP, and then we're going to watch the OP and see if it works, is that the Numachi relationship with Kabuto has already happened. They used to be a thing when they were both basketball players, but they're no longer... So they're literally exes. That's my current crack theory. that would explain, I think, why Numachi groped Kombaru, because they had been on that like sexual level before, that intimate level before, and why Kombaru had a relatively tame response, because it was like kind of an awkward, like, we're not there anymore thing, like we've grown apart kind of thing. Maybe. Let's watch the OP. Maybe I'm gonna change my mind. Maybe I won't. Yeah. Okay. Where's the OP? OP. Sorry, she's trying to spit bars at me. Okay. I'm gonna be pausing to my heart's content. So I'm so sorry if you have it queued up. Just go watch the pip. Just go watch the pip if you have it queued up. But maybe, you know, mute the tab and keep the YouTube video running so I get a little bit of watch time. I'm sorry. Okay, wait, what are those? Are those lilies? I don't think those are lilies. Run it back. Yellow flowers? I don't know what this flower is. Where's my phone? I don't have my phone. Oh no, I do. I'm gonna look up what a lily looks like really quick. Give me like 0.5 second. Lily flower. I spelled flower a little wrong. No, they're not. Well, there are yellow lilies. I'm looking at one right now. Okay, they might be lilies. Keep it running. I think the ones at the very end are definitely lilies. Maybe it's like lilies that haven't bloomed yet or something. I don't know. Flowers. But yeah, okay. So first things first. Kombaru and what's her name? Numachi they're like young. I just muted on accident. They're young and they're playing basketball together. So right, this is flashback territory. And then we see them walking together. Right? She's got her short hair. Oh, it's just definitely the case, right? Look, she's got her short hair. And they're in their school outfits. Yeah, they're exes, bro. They're exes. It's not even a crack theory. It's just gotta be the case. Kombaru, why don't you tell me these things? I know it's awkward, but like, I'm trying to listen to your story. Right? And then homegirl gets injured. I'll do another pass for the lyrics. Right? She gets injured. Kombaru isn't injured yet. Right? So their relationship, which is probably based largely off the basketball stuff, breaks apart. Oh, wait, no. No, wait. She's not injured yet. Numachi isn't injured yet. So strike that back. Though I think whatever got her injured happened because of her being an ex with Kombaru. Because later, one of the details Kombaru says during the freaking conversation with Numachi is that Numachi was injured in the game before she was supposed to face Kombaru. So I think what happened is Kombaru and Numachi were in a relationship, right, in a romantic relationship, and then they broke up eventually. You know, it was a hard breakup, the last day of my adolescence or whatever. And the next time that Numachi was had to like play on the court versus Kombaru, she got injured in the last game as a direct result of those emotions. So is that injury like just straight up she's maybe even took the fall on purpose so that she wouldn't have to play against Kombaru? Or is it that she was so like mentally messed up that she got injured? Or is it that she literally is being impacted by an oddity that has to do with those emotions? Could be any of the three. One reason it might be an oddity thing is that this was like 4 years ago or something. I don't know exactly how Japanese high school works, but Kombaru's in her last year, right? And I know Numachi's not even in school. But their thing was supposed to happen in the end of middle school, right? So it's been at least a couple years, and Numachi, you're still injured? You're still injured? Like, what's up with that, right? Like, I don't think you get that cripply injured that often. And it could be the case that she just was injured that long, but it kind of makes me think that there's a chance that there's an oddity thing going on in that situation. Right, and then Kombaru is looking at the ball. She's like not playing with it. Numachi's gone. Which makes Kombaru think like, dang, like my girl who I used to play basketball with, like she can't play anymore. Like, do I even want to play basketball anymore? Like, what's even going on? As she's alone under the freaking like cherry blossom tree. Lilies. Are those background characters important? Who are they? Who are they? I see you, background character. Okay. So now she's like running, probably while replaying her memories of Numachi. Because it's her running and then the thoughts are in her head, right? Like that's the thought of Numachi. So she's trying to use basketball as like a way to cope or whatever, maybe. Yeah, and the whole time heals all wounds thing really, really spices up when you put it into the context of an ex-girlfriend relationship, right? That, you know, the heartbreak, time amends heartbreak. That idea, bing, bing, bing. And then they got Mad Hops, literally signed them into the NBA, or the WNBA, right? Women's National Basketball League. Wait, Administration, Association, something like that. Lilies, gay. Pog. Yeah, okay. Another pass for lyrics. Which also is like crazy, right? Because if we might even be able to see Senjogahara as like a stay with me. As like a I gotta calm down. I gotta take a sip of my Powerade. As like a coping, like, what's it called? You like break up with somebody and then you immediately jump into a relationship. Where like you're using that relationship as like a I forget the term. You might know the term, but it's like I have so much heartbreak. Let me just jump into another relationship immediately so that I don't have to be alone. Right? That idea, I forget the term. That might have been what Senjogahara was to Kanbaru. Hypothetical. Stay locked in. Run it back. It's interesting too. Why do we hear her breathing so much? She's like, and then it's just her on the field. Like, I guess she's maybe using her memories of basketball and like what it used to mean to her, and she's like coping through those memories and like who she was by running. Like running's her outlet for those emotions. Just run it. Lump in my chest. So is the lump in the chest at this point her catching emotions for this girl? They say I'm free, yet I'm not? That's just a bar. But what do you mean? Are you like tied to the relationship? I don't know. I don't know what's imprisoning you, Kanbaru. I don't know what's imprisoning you. I mean, you do got some trauma with your parents, right? Both your parents are dead. Unlucky. The answer I'm looking for still binds me, and I remain fearful that I may get swept up. The answer binds you. In the whirlwind of pain and sadness. Okay, like repressed feelings with all these feelings that bottled up. Like, that's obvious, obviously, with her character. That was the monkey. That was Kanbaru Monkey. Kanbaru Suruga Devil. Oh, wait, is that the one we're on? I don't know. The monkey arc, that was her entire thing, is her bottled up rage, her bottled up negative bloodlust against Araragi for stealing Hanakawa, or for stealing Senjogahara. Hopefully I've been saying the names right. Is obvious, like, that was the point. So, for her to have, like, bottled up feelings of, like, okay, what if she's never gotten over her relationship with Numachi? And so the feelings that are still bottled up are bottled up from even beforehand. You know, way back, huh? You get your timelines ready. You got your timeline freaking written out. I'm kind of thinking. That's a sad line. I see the petals falling without you. And bury my emotions. She's buried her emotions from the Numachi days. And Senjogahara was cope. And now she's going to get over the cope. That's why she was so mad when Ogi... I'll get to that in a minute. And are you running... Kanbaru. Are you running towards your problems or are you running away from them? Think about it. Kanbaru. I'll tell you about it, Kanbaru. My office is open, okay? I'll be myself and reach for my dreams And that's crazy. This is actually crazy. Lilies, Yuri, girl love, lesbian. As they're jumping on the court, it fades away to like what it used to be. You know, when she's confronting it, it's like, that's what she's confronting. Bet. With a capital T. Okay. What else? She lost her nail clippers, right? She lost her girl love. Nail clippers, girl love. She found it again. She's getting those emotions back. She meets Numachi again, right? They're on kind of a weird spot, and she's like, dang, am I falling for her again? Am I really catching those emotions again? Is that what the nail clippers represent? Any nail clippers out there? Okay. She's restraining the monkey, restraining herself, her destructive impulses. Something mommy issues. Something pog. Girl is living in the place of God. That's right. Okay. That's what the dad said to the mom. And then Kanburu says, I saw her more of a devil. And then, who says, Kanburu, do you say then that angels or gods and devils are the same? I'll let her say it. Where is it? There it is. It's a quote. This is Kanburu's mom's. Okay, so it's Kanburu's mom that said this. No matter how you dress it up, the fact is humans are their choice. So you're telling me that Numachi, Sir Devil, is also, if devils and gods are the same, is also a god, right? Which is an interesting thing, especially if you try to bring Araragi into the mix, because Araragi, he's trying to be a poison, and like he's going from being a cure, so now he's trying to be a poison so that he's not water. It's like, an angel is trying to be a devil so that you're not a human. I don't know. Yeah, wait. That might be it. Because that's humanity, right? That's kind of what all the real and fake KAIKI business got me feeling. It's all about that humanity. It's all about the gray, you know? It's all about, like, accepting the monster. Well, kind of. I don't know. It's complicated, and it's kind of... I don't know. It's a work in development. We're getting there, okay? But Numachi, as both an angel and a devil, as both a god and a devil, is crazy. It also might be... So, like, it can tie into Araragi, like I just said. It also can maybe tie into, you guessed it, Homegirl having both romantic positive feelings for this girl, Kanburu having romantic positive feelings for this girl, and having negative abandonment, whatever feelings for this girl. She sees her as both a devil and as a god, perhaps. Just putting it out there. A holy fusion. An unholy holy fusion, one might say. Yeah! Wake up, Kanburu. It's time for your new fun quarter at school. And like, what's the monkey paw exactly represent in this current instance? A question. I mean, it's definitely not feminine, right? And it kind of reverts into a more feminine arm, which you could see as part of the whole, like, her going back to feeling those feminine, sexual, romantic feelings. And then also, of course, all the stuff from a Suruga monkey. So diligent. Can't decide. I am greed. I love Senjugahara. Torn. Squishy and indecisive. Indecisive about your love. Indecisive about your feelings for Numachi. Indecisive for everything. I mean, she's also in the weird spot of, like, Higasa, right? Higasa's a basketball player. She's the one that took over as captain. So for our characters to be Higasa, the basketball player, and our new characters to be Higasa, the basketball player, and then Numachi, the like ex-basketball player and ex, perhaps, that for those to be the two new characters, it's like, is it that Kanburu's kind of split between her past as a basketball player and then her now past as someone that was wounded out of being a basketball player? So it's like, what am I now, right? There was also... what was it? I rewatched the first chunk of Kabuki Monogatari before I started recording with Ogi. And Araragi had said something about Ogi being like, like blowing things up, like blowing small things into like tales and fantasies and all that. Wait, okay. There's something there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recall it. Ogi, of course, is acting like an Araragi, which is interesting, right? The bike, obviously an Araragi reference. And previously was acting like a Senjogahara, you could maybe argue. Right here. I just gotta have to wait. Give me a second. Let it play. Also, it's interesting the track is like not perfect straight lines. You know? What are you trying to tell me? That like is that like part of the indecisiveness and like the blurry future stuff? Or is that part of, I almost just said that she's not straight, so the lines aren't straight, but that's a bit, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Right here. Okay, so this is kind of what I was trying to say, like, let's circle back to it. Where she's got that cheerful, bubbly exterior. There's a line that Higasa says okay, at the end of the Higasa talk, Kambadu's like, yeah, have you heard of Sir Devil? And then Higasa's like, oh, why would a cheery girl like you have heard of that rumor? Right, so people see her as a cheery girl, but I feel like that's like, of course, like a fake front she's put up, you know. This line from Ogi about the whole boy thing got her in some contemplation, right? She's kind of like, you know. But then she immediately is like, it just snaps to her being like, oh, yep, you're right. So I don't even think, like, literally this moment happened of her, like, ducking her head and getting that expression. That's just how she felt, right? Because her stride is unbroken. There's like a weird, there's a lack of continuity, right? She doesn't have her face down when we cut to the next shot. She's still looking up and just jogging. Because she never actually looked down. That's just how she felt. She's putting up the front. Bra, bra, bra. Keep it going. And then Ogi, I think, starts pressing into it because he knows. This is what happens when you get introduced as a girl, okay? It's called muscle memory. It's okay to make a mistake occasionally, isn't it? I think it's, you know, there's a little bit of like, chasing with the bike, commenting on it, making big elaborate maneuvers, flipping around. Now you're like showing off in front of Kambaru and start spitting bars, which is what Ogi did with Araragi about the whole like stoplights thing. Start saying, doesn't that mean that everything in the past was a mistake? Which kind of is like, okay, Kambaru's relationship with Numachi was entirely a mistake. And Kambaru doesn't like that idea because this is what pisses her off, isn't it? You're using it improperly. He's using it improperly. And then Kambaru like refrained that. Because this right here is what makes Kambaru upset. Because she gets ready to freaking sprint. And then Ogi immediately tells and slows down to like nip it in the bud. That's my impression, right? And then because she can tell, Ogi is a dude. I'm writing it on your page, you stupid little dude. Stupid little hoe. Ogi, Oshino, dude. Kambaru. Such uneven track lines. Man, Ogi got mad moves, though. That's the thing, though, Kambaru. Ogi has been telling you about, like, the reason that Ogi is talking to you is because of you being upset and keeping this under, like, a thin veneer that Ogi can see through. And then as soon as Ogi's like, that was pretty cold of you, then Kambaru starts to warm up again because Ogi is critiquing or pointing out how she's acting cold despite her cheerful exterior. So it's like, you're not acting like your front, right? Bro, Ogi's already played this out. Ogi's built different. I'm on Ogi built different team. I mean, your last name ain't Oshino for nothing, right? See, now you're getting warmer. It's like, no, good. You're slipping back into your fake persona. Yeah. Now I'm going to slip you the rumor. And then this, of course, she's thinking about Senjugahara. She's sitting at Senjugahara's desk, so she's like basking in her crush on Senjugahara, which might be just a cope crush because of the whole, Numachi thing. Still work in progress on that. Higasa is like, if she never got injured, right? Like an alternate future kind of thing, or an alternate present kind of thing. She was the vice captain last year and became the captain after I retired. So this is like what you would be if you didn't. Look, and her hair's short, right? And that's what Kambaru used to have and then has been reluctant to do. I just looked over and I've been recording for 41 minutes. Okay, let's maybe like get a little bit quicker. Just a bit. I haven't even done the ED yet, man. Devil, solve your problems. Ogi explains things. I wonder if Kambaru at this point was able to tell that it was her. Maybe not. Her being, Numachi. There's no reason a very real person can't be a devil, right? Wait, Oki, you got black gloves on. Why do you got black gloves on? That's an odd fashion choice. Also, one reason I like Ogi? Because Ogi's a dude, and we have very few dude characters. So, like, dude characters showing up, it's like, I feel like there's an extra layer. Because we haven't had a single student that's a dude other than Araragi. It's all, because it's mostly been from Araragi's perspective. And it's funny, Araragi even sees Ogi as a girl when he first sees Ogi. So, I don't know. That's like an interesting spin on, like, kind of maybe how Araragi, like, we'll get to that later. Put it on the shelf. Everyone starts pogging about Araragi. Me whenever I hear about Araragi as well. We talk to Fire Sisters. Get the information on how to contact Sir Devil. They laugh at Kambaru for thinking that it might be a real devil. And then this entire relationship, this entire thing, I'm just going to listen to this. Like, watching this again, is this two ex-lovers coming together after a long time apart? I mean, they both know each other's names, right? Those ones tend... Oh yeah, the 11th out of 10. But her being injured, man. Are you injured or do you have an oddity going on? Because you are still so injured. Are you like kind of faking it and like living off of your injury in a way where like you still wrap it up even if you're not hurt to keep doing your thing because you're not real, right? You're not just doing this because you have no other options, but maybe you actually like doing it so much that you pretend to be injured. I don't know. Kambaru, sweep her leg, okay? If she is truly injured in her leg, she'll scream in pain. If not, she'll probably catch herself. Opens her eyes. It's Kambaru. Knows her name perfectly. Kambaru knows her name perfectly. That hearing her name spoken by her ex-lover in this hypothetical makes her smile. Yeah. You remembered my name. It's like, oh, you do still care. Okay. That makes me happy? Yeah, literally. No, yeah, the OP literally tells us that they used to be lovers. But that's the thing, Kambaru starts saying, she was like an arch enemy. Kambaru doesn't want to tell us about it yet, because it's sensitive to her or something. Like, Kambaru, you gotta be honest with me if you want me to be able to spit bars. I don't remember having lost, but I never won fully either. That's what the flashing bit was. Numachi got in between her and the goal. Like, is that a thing? I don't think necessarily, but I don't know. Like, their roles in the basketball court. You're just like me, huh? Yeah, right here. Numachi badly hurt her left leg during a match right before she would have faced us. That is because, that's gotta be because Numachi either intentionally got hurt or got hurt through an oddity or something like that, or faked getting hurt or whatever, just because she was about to face Kombaru, who she had just broken up with and didn't want to deal with that. That's the idea right now. So she's like basking in. I think it's two girls who are basking in their own ways. They are still stuck in their past with, you know, not getting over each other. And so homegirl Numachi is, I don't know if she's truly injured or not, but she's doing the whole like sharing in misery thing with other people, and she's saying it's because of the injury. It's probably because of Kombaru. And then Kombaru is doing, I mean, she even calls herself Sir Devil, right? And then Kombaru, of course, you know, what had to do with the devil. So maybe there's a connection there where she like named herself after that. I don't know. That's maybe a bit of a stretch. But Kombaru, of course, still hasn't, I don't think, dealt with her Numachi X business, because I think rebound, that's the word. Senjugahara was a rebound for her. I think that's the word. So they're both like getting hoed, basically. No one will hire me, no one will love me. I don't know, is that a stretch? I'm unemployed, I'm single. Is that what you're saying? Numachi. Sir Devil, Sir's masculine, kind of, I don't know, that's interesting. Right here. I'm not doing it to get money. I'm not doing it to get paid, whatever she says. But I'm not making any money off of it. And then Kombaru says, Araragi. Give me it. That's just like, almost like Araragi senpai. Interesting. Is that why your destructive impulses for Araragi came out? Did Araragi remind you of Homegirl? So wait. That would be crazy. I kind of like that idea. That Araragi reminded Kombaru of Numachi. So back in freaking Monkey Arc, Araragi, that's why she wanted to hurt Araragi, because she wanted to hurt Numachi because she was still pent up about that. What if her feelings weren't even totally for Senjugahara, but it was more her past heartbreak? Not her crush getting stolen, but her past heartbreak, which then caused her to fixate on Senjugahara, and Araragi reminded her of her ex. Double whammy. Kill, murder. Huh? That's what I'm saying, man. Both of them are still on the staircase, but hey, why is Numachi up higher? In a transitory state. I already kind of talked about that a little bit. Is there anything else I'm trying to say in here? 3 years since I quit basketball in middle school. You've been injured for 3 years? Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. Getting over her own misery. All these, like, construction things give me PTSD, because there's so much construction going on outside my room. It's killing me, by the way. So seeing all these excavators, I've been seeing these hoes for like 2 months. Keeping me up every morning, you know? The slap? She repaid her for the slap. Wait. This is important. Don't come so close. Once your screen's a lot worse than this. Is screens a term for like blocking the player in basketball? I think it was. Yeah, I mean, maybe we can see, like, look, like, there's only one path forward for Kombaru, and Numachi's in her way. Her feelings about Numachi are in the way. Numachi's a defensive player, right? That's an entire thing. So she wants to, you know, break through that. Or something. I kind of like that, but I don't know, I'm a little stuck. And then the slap, Kombaru slapping her, I think is repaying her for when they broke up. Because Numachi slapped Kombaru when they broke up. That's crazy. She immediately puts out a hand. She's like, listen. Let's just get back together, baby girl. Hey, don't worry about it. It's not that serious. Let's just, you know. Get back together. Have a good time together. I do good out here. Like, even if it's kind of for making myself feel better, I do good. And then she's trapped. Physical contact's been made. Kombaru is trapped by the excavators. And it's a basketball court. It's like she's back on the court again. With Numachi in her way. Oh, boy. What I'm looking for is, when she transitions into, there we go, into the physical, into the sexual touch. She doesn't like stories that are too painful either. Wait. Run that back? Okay, she doesn't do anything when she's approached with a story that she doesn't feel like she wants to handle. She just pushes it forward. And then Kombaru thinks to herself, she doesn't like stories that are too painful either. Whoa, wait, Kombaru, are you telling me that you've told her a painful story before and then she didn't like that? I mean, Kombaru, what if... Okay, this is a crazy hypothetical. What if... Ooh, okay, wait, gotta sit up. Kombaru... The crazy thing about all this is so much of it is speculation that, like, if I got off base in the beginning, then this entire thing makes no sense. That's the crazy thing to me. But I'm gonna keep going. What if Kombaru tried to tell Numachi about her past with her parents and her, her trauma there, but then Numachi wasn't fit to respond and didn't give Kombaru the response that Kombaru was looking for, which then led to them breaking up, right? And that's why Kombaru, when Numachi's telling Kombaru about the stories that Numachi hears, Kombaru thinks to herself, she doesn't like stories that are too painful either. Because she knows from experience that telling Numachi a story that's too painful, i.e. her story with her mom and her dad, but probably mostly her mom, caused problems. And then she goes for the physical sexual touch. And Kombaru looks mad. Yeah, they used to hook up. Where did the rumors that Sir Devil will solve your problems for sure come from? And then we're on salt. Usually time alone is enough to resolve whatever is worrying you. Oh, because it's like an hourglass, like filling up. Okay. Yeah, the passage of time filling up. Worry is uneasiness about the future. So what they need to do is say, I'll take care of the problem. And then time passes and the problem gets taken care of. Putting it off and running away. Kombaru, is that what you've been doing about Numachi? Like, have you been running away from your emotions? Like, And then she starts to doubt her running away, so maybe she wants to, like, confront now. But, like, okay, how does this end? She says, what you're doing isn't good. You're cringe. Wait, I'm just gonna let it play. You're beyond my comprehension, and what you're doing is bad. But, doesn't look like you're hurting anyone. Looking at it superficially, you're almost helping people. You're water. You're basically water. Is that what you're saying, Kombaru? That you're harmless in both ways? It's unfortunate that our first meeting after Solon was like this. Yeah. Yeah, on the court of love, on the court of lilies. But that's a wish of ours that will never happen. Ours. Yeah, that's crazy. It's definitely what's happening. Time will also solve that problem, right? Of course. Ooh, that music's crazy. This shot is really pretty as well. Her walking back. Will a day come when I can sleep without taking... So, that's crazy. And then after her meeting with Numachi, she's settled enough that she's gotten over it because her monkey paw goes away. So her monkey paw really had to do with Numachi. That's what she was holding on to, man. It wasn't not. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Because when she wakes up, you know, man, it's crazy. I didn't even realize. Oh, because she had it bandaged up. But then when she took it off, of course, she finds the clippers. She's maybe, you know, ready to love again. And her monkey paw's gone, which is like her suppression of her stuff because she actually dealt with Numachi. But things aren't going to be as easy as it seems, of course, because obviously we still have a couple more episodes. Okay. The ED. Let's look at it. Bet. Okay. So who is this? Shinobu. Right? It's Shinobu with the goggles on. It's Shinobu from Bake. She's got the hair up. She's got the goggles. Right? Why is it Shinobu? Is it Shinobu? I think so. Okay, there's no room for excuses. Hearts being broken. Yeah, we locked in now. My dim loneliness brightened. Loneliness obviously is a big word because of all the when our two misshapen lights drew closer and closer, like two. Is she talking to Numachi here? It kind of looks like she's running towards her, right? Waterfront? Isn't waterfront word for like a big change? I'm looking it up. Waterfront meaning. Wait. Oh, maybe I'm just tripping. No, I'm pretty sure I'm not. I think there's a word that's like water something that's like a change. Again, well, okay, honestly though, it is a English translation, so maybe it's just a translation moment. Okay, continuing. There is a yellow car. Bingo. And then she does Fortnite dances. That's Senjugahara, right? It looks like Senjugahara to me. Oh, she's kind of grown her hair out to look like Senjugahara too. That's kind of interesting. Kambaru is. So Senjugahara is doing dances, and it's like while Kambaru's talking about how no one can heal her. So yeah, I think Senjugahara is the cope, the rebound from Numachi. Yeah, we're locked in. Hopefully. At least if you want to call it a farewell gift. I want our pass across to give my chance. Is that... It's like the doors are closing on, I think, Numachi. It's like bus doors, and then they're reaching out. Look, Kambadu's bandaged arm is reaching out to another hand. So it's like the dream of their reconnecting. Bro, I feel like I've watched an entire episode and I'm just recapping the last one. Oh my goodness, this show is killing me. It's gonna be the death of me. Until it fades away, until I'm good again. Zoom in. Why does that look like Shinobu, man? Why are we zooming in on Shinobu? This Shinobu, she's got the spiky hair and she's got the goggles on, but it's Bake Shinobu. Bake Shinobu represents somebody that... Oh, is it a representation? Oh, okay, is that what you're telling me? Because Shinobu with the headpiece on, that's when she didn't want to get pat. She didn't want to get her head pat by Araragi anymore. That's why she had the headpiece on. So it was like her distancing herself from her beloved. That's what the hat represented. So to show us Shinobu with the hat on is showing us that Kambaru is distancing herself from her beloved. It's the same thing. It's two people, a relationship. I just realized, okay. Yeah. Two people, a relationship, but the helmet's on. The helmet's on. They're not connecting. They're distant. They're apart. They're exes. It's bad. Easy clap. Let's watch the episode. Hanamonogatari episode 2. Okay. Another freaking pre-hour extravaganza. I turn it up. You can see the little like bar up here that shows how much my volume's at. 19. It's crazy to me. Okay. All right. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Let's get this episode going. Episode 2 should be exciting. I don't know what's gonna happen because comedy kind of like with the monkey paw going away and with her having a discussion with Numachi, it kind of feels like she's dealt with it, but perhaps she hasn't. I mean, it's gonna like something's gonna happen because we're on episode 2, but maybe those feelings are like just unbottled but not dealt with yet. We'll see. Episode 2. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1. Fine. Fully in the nude. It works. Your arm works. Wow. It's because of Numachi. Did he? That's actually crazy. He did. Yeah, he did. Oh, he's gone, though. From Araragi. You're not mad, right? I'm sorry if you didn't like my joke. Okay, no, he's fine. He's sending messages. I get it. It's interesting that he's clarifying that his pervert thing was a joke. That's a bit unusual for him. It's very unusual. It's because you dealt with your Numachi business, which is probably the reason you hated Araragi partially, because Araragi and Numachi reminded you of each other. They remind each other of you. You know what I'm saying? No. Numachi and Araragi are comparable. She hated Numachi because of them breaking up. Araragi hates Araragi. She's coping rebound crush onto Senjugahara, so that's making it complicated. Bang, boop, bop, easy clap. Man, I do like Numachi's design though. I like her, like her facial expressions. I think they're funny. She just looks like so done with everything, right? Man, this arc's kind of good. I kind of like this arc. First episode, I was like mad lost, but I feel like we're starting to make some territory here. Maybe she's, like the arm's cured, right? So unless she still had, like I mean, surely it's just more Numachi business she hasn't dealt with yet. That like, it's unbottled, but still has to be dealt with, right? And Numachi's still out there doing Sir Devil things, and I'm sure the rumor's gonna keep going around, so maybe that'll be kind of what's, gets her, makes an episode happen, makes the season happen. Let's see. Oh, you're still gonna bind it though. Wow. Gotta keep up appearances, I guess. And look, the blossoms, it's so romantic. But you're running alone. Oh, you're used to the monkey weighing you down? That's funny. That's actually crazy. Ow. Yeah. Oh, it's back. That's actually so sweet. She's so happy to have her arm back. Oh, what's up, Ogi? That's such an Oshino line to say. Wait, yeah, she just commented on it in the flashing bit. You aren't rude so much as you're a dick. Oh yeah, I'm a boy now. Oh, so you can't ask about periods, because that would be a bit, yeah. Their bikes are the same build? Oh, wow. Yeah, once she met Kombaru, she got out of there. Interesting. Yo. Right. Gotta save themselves. Your uncle! No such thing as a devil. Bars. Oshino. Uncle. I didn't see that motion she just did. That was crazy. Poison swamp. That's funny. Oh, wow. So she wants to track her back down. Went to go look for her? Oh, later. Higasa. Oh, Kaiki! Child of Gain. Oh, he's got a beard, bro. He's got a beard. Giga Chad. Oh, this music. Holy crap. It's very fitting for Kaiki. Those like heavy, those like strings or whatever. He's fast, holy. Oh. Dude, Kaiki's on the prowl. Oh, the form. This guy. Oh, don't. Oh, catch her. Catch her. Catch her. Kaiki. Kaiki. Okay, we're fine. Dang. I mean, yeah. You're picking her up like a cat. Yeah, Kombaru. She's like an upset little cat. Aww. I almost called her a kitten, but I didn't. I withheld. Oh, right, because we're in the different town. That's right, yeah. Crazy you didn't re-enter the town when they were gone, right? Ooh. The counter to what Homegirl just told you. Because that's what Numachi was telling you, right? Yep. Thank you, Kaiki. That was a good line. Are you gonna pay for it? That'd be great. Yo! Kaiki actually paying for someone else's thing. That's crazy. Okay. Alright, Guidance Child. You got yourself a special situation. Oh, wow. I don't think this is coffee. Now he's feeding me meat? What a line combo. Yeah. Kaiki, what's going on here, man? You're just gonna stare at him as he cooks the meat? Oh, it looks so good. Oh wow, the water cup was sweating. I mean, it was like condensation, right? But it was like sweating. Yummy meats OP. Okay, writing that down. You're the enemy of the senpais I love. Yes, yes. Good thing to talk to him about. You want to go into more detail? Okay. I assume it reminds her of her mother. Well, I need to reevaluate all that. How is the meat? Surely. That is the idea. Dude, this meat animation is driving me nuts. Aunt, okay. So Izuku, yeah, is the aunt. Oh, yeah? Oh, interesting, okay. So this is, we haven't seen this yet, but I bet that's what happened. Kombudu didn't know it was her aunt until later. Maybe it's... So Gain is the mom. Okay, yeah, just confirming that. Kaiki, are you lying? That was I liked that. The wave, because that's what we were seeing in episode 1 when she was talking about the mom. The Surugas. Or the Kombudus, I mean. It's where you met Araragi. Yeah. I feel like you're critiquing me. Ooh. Wait, that's kind of some crazy potential, Kombudu. That was crazy. That was a crazy move. The meat's burning. Wow, good move. Good move, Kombudu. Oh, did you? It's only a memory. Am I talking about past relationships? Surely. Ghost. Okay. Cuts to Senjigahara's house, yeah. Yeah. This is true. Is he trying to, like... So true. There's no human who is all bad. There's no human who is all evil. I mean, Kaiki kind of spit in bars. True. Sometimes he'll even pay for someone's food, like he did today. I feel like he's making himself unhateable to disrupt her attachment to Araragi and Senjugahara, which is a vessel for her attachment to Numachi. Though the connection to Numachi, from Araragi Senjugahara to Numachi is kind of so true. It's kind of interesting. Like, and it's something that we still got to work through a bit more. In that order. Yeah, you're gonna tell that to Kabuto? Oh my goodness. Okay, 20. Then the monkey's paw. Someone will arrive to take it soon. Give it to them. Who? I mean, it can't be like all the parts of a devil. Let them? Just give it to him. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know what happened with episode, but that was all probably a year ago. But he would be like an idea. Or just straight up Gain. Or Gaian. Later, Kaiki. I like your beard, man. Meat. Meat, meat, meat. Later, dog. Okay, dude. You're not talking to Senjugahara here. Higasa? Numachi? Oh, wow. You got outplayed by Numachi. You got outplayed. Okay, so how does Numachi know Kaiki, though? That's a crazy one. Okay. My note-taking apparatus has to come out in full regard, okay? So, Kaiki. Kaiki loved Gaian Toei, who was Kamburu's mom. Which is why she was referring to homegirl Kamburu as Gaian's child, because all the stuff with, like, he didn't want to refer to Gaian Toei as Gaian Toei, or she didn't want to refer to Kamburu Toei as Kamburu Toei, because, you know, he was trying to make moves, so he was referring to her as Gaian, her, like, maiden name. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, Gaian's her middle name because Kamburu's aunt is Gaian Izuko on her mom's side, so it'd be, yeah. So Kamburu came from the dad. That's right, yeah. Kamburu came from the dad, who he saw as a rival, so he was, yeah. Okay. Oshino is Ogi's uncle. So we're doing an uncle and aunt on whatever stuff quite a lot here. Yeah, post-credit scene? That's what I'm saying. Naked in a bathhouse. Yeah. And she was able to see you coming. Like, she was waiting for you, you know? Or maybe, like, following you or whatever. No longer keep up appearances. Karen. Back home. Bro, Karen's OP. Private investigator. Didn't tell me the middle school name. Thank you, Karen. Eon. I can no longer afford to act cool. Man, she's walking around nude a lot. Like, is she just so much more comfortable in her own body? Is that kind of the idea there? Especially because the monkey paw's gone? Okay, flashing bit. Flashing bit at 2020. Right when KAIKI said she was too thin. Started body, telling a girl about her body. Yeah, okay, let's see how she responded to that. Okay. I don't gain weight or muscle easily. I was never very good at sports either. Seems she's actually upset I was faster. Oh, this is KAIKI's thoughts. Okay, I don't gain weight or muscle easily. I was never very good at sports either. Seems she's actually upset I was faster than her. Well, I guess I was in the track and field club in middle and high school. Oh, I know. Should I teach you the running style I invented? Of course you invented a running style. I call it the KAIKI stride. My specialty in track and field was shot put, though. Okay, well, I'm writing down KAIKI stride because it'd be a sin not to. The KAIKI stride. I'm just gonna write it not even like next to anything. The KAIKI stride. Wow, that is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Okay, I'm feeling a lot more locked in right now. I'm feeling pretty good right now. This KAIKI conversation was great and came out of nowhere. I love KAIKI. KAIKI was saying a lot of good things too. He was like a surly but kind relative. We're doing a lot of stuff with relatives, with aunts and uncles, which I find interesting. We don't know who's going to pick up the thing from the house. They never said that, right? But we do know... Wait. The paw's still there, right? No, wait, the paw fused with her arm. Right? Oh, wait a second. That's an entire issue, is it not? Didn't the monkey paw fuse with her arm? So that literally... And then it was, like, gonna grow or something? I feel like that's what was happening in Bake. Freaking... Right? Maybe that's why she was like, oh, shoot, like, they're gonna come to collect, but it's literally gone. Or does it still exist as a separate entity? And it just had corrupted her arm? Not entirely. I'm not 100%. I'll probably check Bake in between watching this episode and the next episode just to check. Because whether or not she even has the arm to be picked up is important. Numachi, how she knows KAIKI, I don't know. I'm just gonna write this. Told KAIKI about Kombaru location. That's kind of a thing. Oh, you little KAIKI. He was saying some good lines. I just want to get that one more time in my head. This one being calling you Suruga. Talking about the past relationships, of course, going back to Kombaru and Numachi's past relationship is kind of crazy. He said he brought up how Kombaru was just disliking him only because of her dedication to her past senpais, which is Araragi and Sanjigahara. So for him to intentionally try coming across as likable and as like a kind but surly relative, to put it in Kombaru's terms, is, I think, to put her reliance, or not reliance, but her fixation perhaps on Araragi and Sanjigahara in jeopardy, so it breaks that down a little bit, which also I think is connected to her problems with Numachi. Also, the whole, things you can't run from, I think that's super true. I really liked that. A memory is not worth a chat. Yeah, the whole him being like, oh, well, my past relationship didn't go anywhere. It's only a memory. A memory is not worth a chat. Not worth a cent, sorry. That parallels really interestingly to Kambaru, seeing her past relationship with Numachi, right? So Kaiki's saying that past relationship is not worth a cent. It's not worth talking about. It's just a memory. And so for Kambaru, like, she's actively having to deal with that with Numachi being in her life. So we've gotten Kaiki's take on her situation, I suppose. Take my card. Here. If you don't stay on guard and try to hate me, if you don't continue to despise me, I'm gonna pog. You'd feel like you're betraying the senpai you love. Right, so I think he's intentionally being so nice to get her to betray the senpai she loves, to prove to her that she doesn't actually, like, that she needs to kind of get over her rebound relationship of Senjugahara, that, you know, is coming off of the Numachi thing. So Kaiki, I think, is making moves for her betterment, but he's doing it in his own con man, like, kind of, you know, his own way. I love the Kaiki beard, though. I kind of believe it. I'm on his side right here. I'm definitely on his side right here. Because he starts spinning things like this. You're good at running, but you don't always run. You know, running can't solve all issues. And his whole, like, gray kind of talk here about no one's all good or bad or whatever, also just is, like, classic Kaiki making moves. They're called a collector. We got the collector showing up. Numachi sent her. And then we get another bathing scene. And so, like, bathing scenes, you know, her being, like, honest and, like, she's also, like, it's got to focus on her hair, which is long because she didn't make the choice to cut it. And maybe that's, like, supposed to represent her tie to Senjugahara because it's kind of similar. Though that might be a bit of a stretch. She doesn't want to reveal that information. I love how she picks... I love this look of Kambaru, though. Look at her. What is that sound effect, dude? She sounds like a weasel. But it's also funny, right? Like, Kaiki immediately just shatters her who she is, right? How previously, you know, she was star basketball player, and then she wasn't anymore, and then she's now kind of gone into the whole running thing as, like, part of her identity, and then Kaiki walks in and just shatters her current identity, right? Her current facade or whatever. Her current self that she's exhibiting. And then for her to say, like, I shouldn't act cool anymore, like, that's, like, her admitting. It was somewhere in this last bit, I think. It's interesting for her to just straight up admit that she's kind of acting cool and putting that up. Putting that, like, facade up. That front up. Yeah. Is there anything else I'm really trying to talk about? There's a lot of meat talk. He also said, like, let me feed you cooked meat or something. That just came across a little bit odd. Right here, I think. No, it was in a flashing bit. Where is it, Kaiki? Say your thing. Say your piece. I literally don't know where it says it. Okay, back at the beginning. Let's just, from the top. It's also kind of, okay, right here. Damn this man, first he talks about tea and now he's feeding me meat. Okay, well, he was talking about coffee, to be fair. But okay, feeding me meat. Okay, cool. Nothing there. Glad that I spent 20, 30 seconds trying to track down nothing. Yeah, so I think Kaiki's just forcefully trying to get her to find herself, right? He's forcefully bringing up her past connections, through being nice to her when she, with the whole, like, Senjugahara Araragi thing. He's forcefully shattering her self-identity through running and kind of forcing her to, like, confront who she is, kind of thing. And just taking away, like, the things she uses to run away, right? I mean, it's not even her identity. He shatters her in running. So it's like you can't run anymore because I, Kaiki the con man, can outrun you. So you're not even good at running, right? And so that obviously puts a thorn in her side. So it's like she can't even run away anymore. Now she has to like confront. So like, yeah, I guess she's going to be confronting Numachi. I mean, that's what she was trying to do anyways, I guess. But Kaiki, I don't know. I feel like Kaiki might have like recontextualized that a bit to make it more of a like confront. Like he was directly saying like you can't run from everything. Higasa, Godspeed Angel versus Tireless Suruga. It's kind of funny. People calling Homegirl this poisonous swamp. I mean, man, like, is that what they really called her, or is Kambaru just projecting when she's telling the story, saying that she was a poisonous swamp? Because holy crap, right? Blah, 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 blah. Ogi, are you telling me anything really crazy here? Calling Ogi a dick. Yeah, you can't ask girls about their periods, man. But I'm a girl now, so Ogi's being like weirdly, like meta. Like calling back to when he was acting like a girl with Araragi. I mean, that's what that is. It's a direct connection to last arc. You know. Also interesting that all these words is now intangible course, winner's course, ascension course, overcome course, regret, window, and backdoor, as opposed to last time it was like career paths more so. And she's on the overtime course. Dang, I kind of feel like I don't have much to say. This was really sweet. This was actually made me kind of emotional for a second. Like, she's left-handed and her left hand was hurt, but she's finally got it back. And she's just so happy. Like, she's so happy that it hurts because that means it's hers, right? It's such a sweet connection. She got like a piece of her back. Aw, Kambaru. That was very, very sweet to me. Dang, I kind of feel like I don't have much to say. And the video's already like really long, so I feel like I should probably just like end it, right? It's weird because like I was talking for so long about the first half, but like I feel like I'm out of things to say for like the actual episode we just watched. I mean, like her being nude in the beginning, like her confronting herself, like truly, you know, she's looking in a mirror when she's nude. Like, yeah, she's like trying to be completely real with her. I guess Araragi's message. Let's look at Araragi's message. That's kind of, I guess, important. From Araragi, my last text was a joke. Why aren't you replying? Are you mad? Yeah, Araragi? You're not mad, right? I'm really sorry if you didn't like my joke. Seriously, I didn't mean it like that. Let me make it up to you? Question mark. Araragi, you've given up on your pervert side that quickly? Are you telling me that the last year you've rescinded so much of your pervertness that you're actually willing to immediately drop the facade if you don't get a reply like that? Because that's kind of that's a change right there. That's a crazy change. So I feel like he normally doesn't, he's never really like admitted to others that he was playing around with that. He's never admitted that the pervert side was like a facade or a joke anymore, you know? So for him to just do it so quickly is kind of insane, is it not? And she doesn't like that. She's like, bro, that's not the Araragi I knew. That's not my boy right there. But yeah, Araragi's fine. Oh wait, what was this line? Araragi-senpai is safe. Praise be Araragi. Probably. There's no need to rush and call him immediately. Actually, I don't even want to call him. Oh, Araragi. How does this all tie into Araragi, man? I mean, like, past relationship. He has relationships with so many people, you know? Running away from your past kind of thing. We're getting, like, the hint of, like, we hear about Araragi's past of him being popular, and we're getting Kambaru saying Kambaru is, the whole thing of, like, Kambaru running from her past and dealing with her past, and then also all of the things Kaiki's saying about you can't run away from everything, plus Araragi never talking about his past, plus Araragi's past actually being brought up from Kambaru's story, kind of puts it into question if this is supposed to like somewhat be about Araragi not confronting his past. And so we're seeing an example of Kambaru confronting her past as like a way for us to think like, okay, this is what Araragi needs to do, because he's done a lot of things, but he hasn't confronted his past fully. I mean, he's done pieces of it, right? Like through Kizu after Bake. That was him being like honest and like saying like, okay, here's my issues, but he hasn't talked about all of his past, right? Like whatever relationship he has with his parents, he's never talked about, you know, all that jazz. So that could be a tie there, which would be interesting. The Kaiki stride, man. Shout out to the Kaiki stride. Dang, honestly, I kind of want to just let it cook a bit more before we go too much more into it. So I'm probably going to leave it at that for this episode. Episode 2 of Hanamonogatari. Under the next episode 3. Really did like this episode. This was Kaiki beard it was supreme. And then I feel like actually putting together some of the stuff from the OP with them having already been in a relationship and it being like an ex-lover dynamic. I think, assuming that's even remotely correct, which I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, I feel pretty good about that. It's just obviously they haven't told us that. Which, of course, why would... Like, Kampudu probably doesn't want to admit that as much because that's kind of an awkward thing to talk about. But yeah, getting that context, I think, has really, like, helped smooth a lot of the worries I was having. Not even worries, but just kind of some of the rough spots. So yeah, honestly, that's going to do it for this episode 2 of Hanamonogatari. On to the next episode 3. Of course, if you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah, 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 comment down below if you have anything to say. Or join the Discord and talk to me there. And if you're pissed about something, feel free to talk to me in the comments or the Discord. Just don't spoil things or ban Omega, lol. Yeah, but that's all I really got. Hit the notification bell if you want notifications on new uploads or streams. And yeah, that's all I got for this. I'll be seeing you on Hanamonogatari episode 3. Should be good. I'll be seeing you then. Peace.